Well, hello everyone. It is Monday night. It is 6 o'clock, and whether you come from up, down, or around the block, this is the weekly Coaches Show. I'm Richard Tiemann, your host, and tonight joining me is the Great Falls Voyagers. Welcome, manager Sean Repay. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great. And of course, before we get too far into our discussion of the evening, a look back at the week. Had some sports. I went up to Conrad for a baseball tournament. The Great Falls Chargers. They're 16-1 right now. They're doing pretty good.
That's
They're
good.
in Canada right now. Then they'll be back home for a stint playing at Centene for some of them. So that's always something to look forward to. Went to the races over the weekend. Great time. But this week, happy 4th of July. It is one of the busiest weeks of the year here in Great Falls. We got a hootenanny coming up. First the parade, then the hootenanny, and then guess what? There's baseball going on that night. Followed by fireworks, hopefully in celebration of a great victory for you guys.
That's the plan.
That is the plan, yes. And we have Range Riders and Mustangs for you guys. And then at the Speedway, there will be the fastest in the falls, night 1 and 2. So there is no shortage of sports or activities this week. We hope that you guys get out and about. The 4th is on a Saturday. So, I mean, really, it's like the perfect setup.
It's the best in the world.
It's the best. This is the best kind of holiday in the world. So we were talking before the show came on the air. It's raining a little bit. It's June, about to be July. It was 52 degrees today at one point. And so I know that this is nothing new, but the challenges of baseball in a state like this with weather conditions like this, I mean, how do you guys get through it? How do you grin and bear it?
You know, it's frustrating a little bit because in each of my 3 seasons, spring training has been beautiful with weather. I feel like we've been real blessed with 60s, 70s, sunny.
I would agree.
Wonderful. Except for our last day this year, it was snowing. So I know, my guys that are here right now remember that day very clear. But we've been really, really good with weather. And this is the most rain in my 3 years that I have seen. And we're not even halfway done. And this is the most rain I've seen us have in a summer. But it is challenging. I mean, some days it's cold. Some days, I know when we were in Idaho Falls, it was last day that we were there, it was 93 degrees outside. The next day in Ogden, we witnessed it dropped 30 degrees in a matter of a game. So we took BP. It was 92 outside, and I think it ended at 62 by 10 o'clock at last pitch of the game. So you got to dress for all 4 seasons. I
really
think
do
out here, and it is what it is. But you battle through it.
Yeah, I think that's about all that you can do. And I think, we talk so much about weather with the spring sports because it doesn't really affect the fall sports. I mean, football plays in whatever you throw at it, minus a negative wind chill of 20 below. They pretty much say, this is football weather. And then soccer will play and damn near close second to anything.
Yep.
And then volleyball, of course, is played indoors. It's spring and then summer sports. They're so subject to the weather. And so we talk a lot about it, but you guys get through it. You guys find a way to overcome, certain obstacles. What's the trick to staying fresh though? Like, you prep for a series of games and then, I don't know, maybe 1, 2, or even half of them get canceled or rescheduled, or you only play a chunk of them. But how do you maintain that full game readiness?
I think, for our players, each of them have their routines. And I think sometimes that's the hardest thing to do is when you're a player and you have a routine, a daily one.
Yeah.
And then you get thrown a loop and it's like, this game's canceled. Now we're playing a doubleheader tomorrow. Well, now you got to create a whole new routine for yourself because now you're playing 2 of them. And I think that sometimes is very hard and it's hard for them to navigate. But us as a coaching staff, we do our best to help guide them through it. Some guys are built where they can play both games in a doubleheader, and some that we have to give the second game off, get somebody else with fresh legs in there. We're never going to just go crush our catcher out for, both games of a doubleheader. So, at the end of the day, it does. You have to create, just some type of habits. And baseball players as a whole, we're, creatures of habit, routine, superstition. For some,
Yeah.
I know I am, and Cody Clark, one of our assistant coaches, him and I are both eye to eye on that. We are very superstitious. I'll wear the same whatever that I need to, if we're winning and we're on a streak. It's at the end of the day, you just have to be adaptable too. And I think you have to be a creature of habit, but then also be a chameleon in a way.
Yeah.
And that's what this game is, and our guys do a great job of it.
So what does it do for the pitching rotation as far as game cancellations, or you go from you were going to play 6, now one day is going to be a doubleheader, or one day is going to be They call the game at a certain point because I understand that it's how many innings they play is their eligibility to then play later on, or like how does that work for you guys?
Yeah, no inning restrictions, no pitch restrictions at this level.
Excellent.
For us, it's more about keeping them healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
These guys are professional athletes and they take care of their bodies really well. But I mean, at the end of the day, when you're looking at setting guys up, and we run a 6-man pitching rotation, so each guy knows what day of the week they're throwing every single week, and they're in a routine of that. Now, when, like you said, when something happens, you get thrown a curveball, and the next thing you know, now I'm going to have an extra day of rest, or maybe I might have to come back a day earlier, depending on a doubleheader scenario. We try our best, and our pitching coach is great at it, try to navigate that with the pitching staff. Bullpen usage comes into play where, now I'm sitting down there and, crunching, numbers and X's and O's and trying to make it work. But, at the end of the day, they're all adaptable. They're professional athletes, and I think they are very, very good on the fly when they need to be.
Yes, and I think that's a very important thing. They say the best ability is availability. I think it's adaptability in certain sports. I mean, yeah, you can be available, but can you adapt to the circumstances when they change and are thrown at you? Like for you guys, it can be a moment's notice. I know so many the racetrack will call it, at a certain point, like they have their cutoff hour. And I know for baseball, it's like you guys, even if it starts raining during a game, you try to push through, and you're at, I think, the umpire's discretion as far as, when to hold off, we're going to pause. So you guys, it really can be up to second, last minute kind of thing. So I applaud you guys for being able to navigate through that. And for those of you watching on the live stream, Facebook or YouTube, if you have any questions for Sean or any of the players, drop them in the comments section. We'll get to them. And you can hear the replay of this if you miss any of it on Real Country 104.3 every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So I think we're going to need to update the background because we've had Voyagers, Electric, and some St. Patrick's Wolfhounds on here. It hasn't just been Great Falls High and CMR. We've had a great variety. I really appreciate you guys joining us this week, the week of the big return home for the 4th of July. What is your favorite thing about the 4th of July?
The crowd. I mean, each of my first 2 years, it's an electric factory. We love it. Our players feed off of it. And there's just something about, America baseball, America's pastime. It is such good energy. I know our players, walk the parade, before the game too downtown here. And, me and my family have joined them, each of the first 2 years. It's a really cool experience here for the 4th, just as a city. But, the feeding off the crowd energy is huge for our guys. I mean, it's one of the best crowds that we get all year. And then, you get fireworks at the end of it. You could tie all the best things in life together at the end there.
What's it like being a part of a team that has the most out of left field, pun intended, mascot that there is? I mean, Montana, you see Bronx, you see Bison, Rustlers, you see a lot of country names, and now you have the Voyagers because of a UFO sighting at one time. I mean, it's the craziest story, but it's so cool.
Hey, I mean, I won't get too deep into the UFO stuff, but it's out there now, right? I mean, makes our mascot a little bit more credible.
I would agree.
But I mean, I like our color scheme. I think it's different. It's not just a stock thing, and I think the fans have embraced it. I know our front office is doing a really good job of trying to brand and bring new things to the table to play off the alien theme and Voyager stuff. And, at the end of the day, it's you don't really realize you're an alien theme until you wear a lime green jersey on a Sunday.
And you see Orbit wandering around the park, and you're like, that's our guy right there. That's Orbit.
That's right. That's right.
It is great that at this level, there's nothing short of entertainment as far as the creativity for the mascots and teams. I remember before I was doing this gig full time, I was applying to be, PA or commentary for like the Trash Pandas down in Rocket City. And then I had a buddy who worked for one of the Bismarck team, the Larks, when they did the motorboater name change.
Well, I was the first manager in Bismarck Lark history.
How about that tie-in?
There's a good tie-in. I was there from 2017 till 2019. So
wow, yeah. So he came up with the whole motorboaters thing, which took off like crazy. But if you could change the mascot for one day, I know you guys do kind of the River Otters thing. Is there a dream one that you've had like in your back pocket?
I'm going to probably plead the fifth on that.
Oh.
being around our guys, and I mean, not off the top of my head, not off rip. I probably can't get that creative,
Okay.
but being around our guys and just you have some common themes in the clubhouse and
sure.
things that we talk about and joke about, and all these things. I'll leave that off air. But for me, we love what we are, who we are. It's nice to have that alternative identity too with the River Otters, and then you have the connection with Great Falls College. That partnership. I think it's great for both entities there, but it gives us a love the fact that we now got in with the hats to match the uniforms this year. Who doesn't like wearing blue?
What's your favorite uniform combination for you guys?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm waiting for somebody to do some, because we let our starting pitchers choose.
You let them pick?
Yes. So our starting pitchers get to choose. Sam, who's here and you'll talk to later, I think might have had one of the more creative ones this year, or at least tried to. I think we were maybe the red hat, lime green or neon green top, all red accents at some point got thrown out there.
That's a lot of color.
We try to be, it depends. And when things go well and you're wearing a uniform combination and you're winning games, you want to keep it. That's the superstition of baseball. But then, when things go, are going south and you're struggling and you're in a rut, you want to switch it up. And I mean, I know there was one point this year on the road where guys were like, we should just bring the River Otter jerseys with us on the road and mix it up for a change, so you got to be creative on the fly sometimes. But those guys get to choose. We have zero say in that.
There needs to be a strategy to when you debut new uniforms, because I'm an avid football fan. And so when I see them come up with new uniforms, right, I'm thinking, okay, when they debut those, it needs to be almost like playing a homecoming game where it's an opponent that you're pretty confident you're going to beat. That way there's no bad juju going on with the uniform, right?
Yep.
And so I remember, I think Seattle, the Seahawks debuted those lime green jerseys and they lost. I was like, got to burn them now. But then they've won, I think, the last 3 times they've had them.
All I got to
who
say,
knows?
All I got to say, 2-0 is the River Otters this year.
Hey, there you go.
I'm going to go throw that out there and speak that into existence, and we're going to keep that rolling on Friday. So 2-0 is the River Otters this year. That's all I'm saying.
But my Niners, they had the new black rivalry jerseys last year, and we got so hyped for those. And I'm in some chat groups, and we're talking about how like they understood the assignment, they got it right. Of like the 6 teams that did them, we felt most confident about ours. And we're like, well, when are they going to be? And it's like the last game of the season against the rival. I was like, I really hate putting all the pressure on that. And sure enough, they lose in those. And I'm like, I already got mine. I'm not going to just toss this. They just need to be better the next time.
That's right. You can't burn it yet.
But speaking of superstitions, you mentioned earlier that you are someone who is superstitious. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. My favorite Michael Scott quote. But what is your superstition? How did it come about?
Oh, man, I have too many of them.
You're a true baseball manager.
Well, I'm also, yes, I'm very OCD as a personality type to begin with.
Sounds about right.
I think you have to be almost in baseball, or just especially to manage at this level, you almost have to be. So, for me, I just have a routine that I stick to every single day. It's from when I wake up to when I go to bed. And I mean, to the point where like even on the road, and our guys probably don't know about this, but our coaches do. Like I'd never even turn on the TV in a hotel room.
Wow.
So I'm big on I pour everything I can into them when I'm present, and I need to shut that off. And I can't handle a lot of stimulants post game. Like I need to just shut down and be in a quiet area.
Yeah, I respect that.
And so, for me, it's just being in a quiet hotel room. Like I'm not on my phone a whole lot. I'm kind of just am. And I think that's part of my routine that I go through every day as a manager. But for them, it's showing up. And I know the second I walk through the door, those guys appreciate it. And I know that the energy that I'll bring to them every day. And I know I have to check in like that. But it is a routine too, like to the time that I get the lineup in every day, to, BP, pregame stuff, if it's early work, defense, offense, whatever it is, it's all done at the same exact time every single day. So it's a creature habit. I got a little bit of a problem when it comes to that, but I think we all do.
So I have, enough jerseys where I can do one for the away games, one for the home games, one for like the primetime games, to kind of keep it mixed up. And so with that, I kind of put more emphasis on, okay, what's under the jersey? Do I have the shirt that worked last time? Do I have my lucky underwear? I think that's a real thing. And so with yours, can you, if you do everything to your knowledge, the best of your ability as far as your routine, and then you lose, can you go back through and pinpoint and be like, it was that?
Yep. 100%. I'm going to tell you right now, like if we went through a course this year where we were in Glacier in our first road trip, and it was not necessarily warm. It was pretty chilly at one point, and especially when we're at Kalispell and the sun goes down. It might start at 67 degrees at game time, but when that sun goes down, it's 42 out. And we won the night before, and I wore short sleeves, and it was significantly colder the next day. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you want to know what? I walked out in pregame, and I was wearing sleeves. And then I walked in. I'm like, you want to know what? I'm going to wear sleeves because it's chilly out today. And then I took 2 steps out of the locker room, and I was like, what am I doing?
Oh, man.
I'm like, what am I doing? You don't mess with winds. And I turned right back around, and I put on a short sleeve shirt. And I'm like, here we go. We're going to go right back to it. And that's just, I am that way. If it is same majority, same attire. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And
I love it.
Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's what I am.
See, and sometimes I feel like I blame the socks too much. I'm like, I can't leave it on the socks. But then it's like I wear a pair that are specific for game day. And if they go on a streak, I'm like, okay, maybe it is the socks, And for you, it's the length of sleeve. I love how specific you got about it.
Oh yeah,
but I totally get it. I absolutely 100%.
I even still do that. I do that with pants. I have 2 sets of pants. I have one with pants up, and then I have one pants down. If we won the night before with pants up, it's going pants up the next day. It is to that T. It's very, very meticulous.
I wonder who's more superstitious between baseball and football players. I really do. And what's funny is that we do a lot of high school teams here between CMR and Great Falls High. And there was a stretch of time I was talking to some of the girls teams, and I was like, so what's your superstition? They're like, what's that? I was like, you play sports and you don't know what superstition is? There's an epidemic going on. We got to shut that down because there needs to be superstition in sports.
There has to be. I was worse as a player, which is alarming. But I was so bad as a player. And I mean, I see them go through their routines and things they do every day, and it's no different. So we're all creatures of habit with that.
What positions did you play?
I was a pitcher.
You were a pitcher. Yeah, it sounds about right. Okay.
Yep.
Did you do a lot of hitting though?
Nope, not out of high school. After high school, when I was getting recruited, colleges were like, man, you want to do both? And I was like, no, I don't. I'm like, I hate hitting off guys like me. I'm like, I just want to go get hitters out. I don't want to be the guy that continues just to punch out all the time. That's not fun, So that's why we got 2 guys here that have opposite ends of the spectrum and experiences. You got one position player, you got one pitcher, and each view that differently. But pitching was always where my heart was, growing up, and it was something that I always chose more of a competitive nature at.
Who was the player that got you into baseball?
Greg Maddox.
Oh, right.
And my wife, God bless her soul, allowed me to name our middle son Maddox, same spelling. So that just goes to show I'm a Cubs fan. So, you talked about uniform combos, and I don't have much for you there. We're boring. We're boring over there.
The blue and red is good. I think with the white pants, the blue top. That works.
They don't like mixing much. I mean, the Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, we're all just steady Eddie. I mean, Sam's here, and Sam's a Chicago sports fan too, so he understands that. Just all very cut and dry. Back to the original.
What do you think of a city like Pittsburgh where all the teams are the same color combos? Is that interesting or boring to you?
Boring.
I think boring a little bit too.
You got to mix it up.
You got to mix it up. I mean, yeah, I get it. You could be a fan of one team and wear the same apparel to all the games, but I just think there's opportunity to explore, be creative, have a little fun with it.
And as owners of those organizations, it's a little bit better of a cash flow if you put more stuff out there, and those avenues.
All about that cash flow.
Yep.
All right, so Maddox, and obviously you had to have enough kids where you could actually name a child after a player.
Yep.
Because you said, we got the middle one. I was like, what? I noticed it wasn't the first, but It's all right. Respect for that.
No, we got 3. I got 3.
Where are you guys originally from?
The Chicagoland area.
Okay. So what do you think of Montana? What was your first impression? What did you know about it?
So before taking this job, I actually, back in 2020 to 2021, I was a junior college head coach in Glendive, Montana.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So there's a nice
tie-in,
nice little one road town throwback there that you can put in. So when we moved to Glendive, and we were only there for a year, but it was obviously such a culture shock because, not for my wife. My wife grew up in a very, very, very tiny town in southern Indiana, probably about the same size. But for me, born and raised a city guy, going and moving in there, and it's like, man, you guys got a Subway and a Pizza Hut, and that's it. and one gas station to choose from, and that's about all she wrote. And at the end of the day, you have to adjust to life there. Obviously, Great Falls, way different setting, and a place to live, way, way different than Glendive. But coming here, we enjoy the fact that it is a big enough place to where you have everything that you need, and the surroundings are beautiful, but it's small enough to have that community to where everybody really knows each other. They're all supportive, and it's got a small town feel, but in a bigger venue is the way that I can best fit it.
Yeah.
But we've enjoyed it. It just, everybody's been great, from the city to, the organization, and, welcoming myself and my family and making us feel at home has been great.
Well, at least your answer wasn't, hey, everything I know about Montana, I got from Yellowstone, because we do get that quite a bit. It's a little bit more dramatic than I think Montana was ready for. But hey, here we are. 2 spinoffs later, we're still rolling.
There we are. I've watched every single one of them too. And I'm going to tell you, Great Falls is not that. So
yeah. I'm in 2 of them, baby. One. I'm in one of the episodes for sure.
Okay.
Right now. A buddy of mine sent me a screenshot. It's like, that you? I'm like, yeah, that's me. It was a great experience. It was fun. Didn't meet anybody famous. Just went in and they told us what to do. Easy money.
There you go.
And then you hope that you see yourself later and not completely blocked out by the lady who has to get her airtime, who's just ready for TV. But that's a story for a different day. But the small town, I can relate to that. My first year of college, I dated a girl that lived in a town called Dusty in Washington, which is about 30 minutes outside of Pullman, where WSU is. I remember we were going to meet her parents at their place, and there was this, what's the half arc shop? Is it a hangar or something? But it, steel building. And I was like, what's that? She's like, that's our grocery store. I was like, that thing? I was like, what?
Might be Glendive in a nutshell.
I guess so. So when you're describing, hey, we got a Pizza Hut and a Subway, I was like, I've been to a town that had less than that. So, it's I think it's not about where you come from, it's where you go. And obviously you guys are enjoying Montana, which is, I think, Great Falls step probably in between Glendive and Chicago, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
But what's the one thing you wish that you could bring from big city vibe to a Great Falls?
I don't know if there's anything, because for me, I actually, I get the best of both worlds, being in both for basically half a year apiece. Being here gives me a really good appreciation of, smaller city living. And then towards the end of the season makes me miss the bigger section, right? But then when I'm back in the bigger city environment in Chicago, it makes me miss this place. And so I think it's a really good trade-off of both. I love both cities. I'm happy to call this place home for half the year, and I'm happy to be from Chicago, and I'm proud of that too. So I'm half Montana, half Chicagoan.
How do you feel about the potentially the Hammond Bears, not the Chicago Bears?
So I actually, funny story is I grew up where I was born was about 10 minutes from Hammond, Indiana.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm not necessarily thrilled about where that stadium location could be, Wolf Lake. There's things in Wolf Lake, and I don't know if the Bears should be one of them. So that's where I'll leave that.
Say no more.
I really, really hope they stay in Chicago, because the nostalgia and the history behind Soldier Field and where that is located. I hope they don't move. But I'm sure everybody from Northwest Indiana that I grew up with is all going to hate me for that comment, because they would love to be the Bears in the backyard. So
getting into football, I was told like the top 3 stadiums were Lambeau, Soldier, and then Candlestick. I was fortunate enough to go to Candlestick before they tore it down. But I mean, Soldier to be top 3 mention is crazy. I don't know why you wouldn't want to just renovate it and keep it there and move it. But that's a decision that I don't get to make. So we'll see. Hopefully they're happy with whatever happens.
Yep.
But that's just the world we live in.
That's right.
All right. So some fun ones before we switch gears, go to commercial break, and bring up one of your guys here. What is the greatest baseball movie of all time?
Oh, that is, man.
And there's a lot to choose from. There's a lot of good ones.
I've been asked that a lot, and it's from like a just a baseball perspective for me. Like For the Love of the Game is awesome. I love that. I love that movie from the mental aspect in being a former pitcher, and then now coaching professional athletes. I know that that's the way they approach their lives, and I have an appreciation for that. Now, for the whole picture, it's got to be if I were to mold a perfect baseball movie together, it would be Major League and Bull Durham. And you throw those two together. Bull Durham, more on our scale of life, but the movie Major League is an instant classic and one of the best ever. So that's probably my best answer I could give you when it comes to that.
And I will accept that because Major League is so good, and people are like, yeah, but there's Field of Dreams, and I love Sandlot too. Like I grew up on that. Like we quoted that movie all summer long. But there's just something about Major League. Like
yes,
it's
100%.
There's just something about it. I think one of my favorite scenes in that whole movie is when the three of them go out to dinner. And they're trying to order from the menu, and Wild Thing's like flipping his menu because it's French restaurant. He's like, I'll order for us. And then he's like, that's my wife. He goes, does she know that?
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them for sure. A lot of good quotes in there.
Yeah, it's a very quotable baseball movie. Bob Uecker, one of my all-time inspirations for sportscasting and things like that. I'm sad that I never got to meet him and talk with him, but man, what an impact he left, not only in the real sports, but entertainment of sports as well. So players that you would not let date your sister. Who is it? Who's top of the list?
CJ. Shout out CJ Zerwitsky.
Okay.
That's it.
Right. And this was one that came up just last week on one of the team's socials that I follow, and I didn't think I could ask these guys, but I'll ask you. Who can babysit your kids? Who do you trust the most?
Oh, man. 2 of them are here.
Okay, sure. That's good.
2 of them are here. Trey Cruz, Sam Lavin for sure. Man.
I think those 2 are probably pretty good.
I think those are probably, those Tommy Speck would be a good one. Very, very, very mature. Absolutely not. No offense to my assistant coaches. They'd actually be the fun uncle. All of them. They'd be great. They'd be great at being the fun uncle. But that's probably where it lies. I'm gonna keep it mellow with the guys that I have. And maybe calling some of them mellow might be selling them short, but at the end of the day, I know they're going to take care of my kids. I'm not worried about that.
Okay. And if you got stranded on a desert island, who's the one guy you would not want to have with you? Like, who's not going to help you get off that thing at all?
Say Swenda. might be. Swenda and I might fight before we even figure out a way off the island. And it is such a loving fight relationship as a player manager.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I probably give him the most crap out of anybody on our team, and that's safe to say. And he gives it right back. And I don't know if we're going to make it off the island. We might be too engulfed in all of that. So that'd probably be my answer there.
All right. Last one. What is a baseball or any sports movie quote that you've, as a coach, kind of implemented into your, motivational speeches or just everyday coach talk?
I don't necessarily live by quotes as a coach because I feel like for them it's not genuine. I'm always trying to be a walking example for them of how I show them that I care about them and their careers. And that comes with, even when you're the most frustrated on planet Earth, you still got to love them. You know what I mean? We're all frustrated at times because baseball is such a roller coaster of emotions. And I try my best not to, ride that wave of emotion. And it's really, really hard. But I feel like in my role, I need to be a shining example of that. And I try my best every day to stay neutral the best way I can. Even when things are going great, I don't try to get too high. And that's kind of, if you want to put a quote on it, it's don't, ride the wave of emotion. I try to stay grounded and level-headed as much as humanly possible, but do it with showing them love and appreciation for what they do for this organization day in and day out. So that's my ultimate message to them.
That's fair. I feel like if I was a coach, I would fall into the pit of like saying something really inspiring from the heart. And then as I leave, just be like, hey guys, remember one thing. Look. If you build it, they will come. And just leave it so awkwardly. Like, what does he mean by that?
These guys have heard enough one-liners from me, and I unfortunately probably have learned off of me on some of them too. I've been around a dugout for way too many times in 40 years, but they've also taught me the same thing. So at the end of the day, we feed off each other when it comes to those one-liners, and we use them frequent.
All right. Well, one more time for Great Falls Voyagers manager Sean Repay. Thank you so much, man. Who's coming up next for you?
Which one?
No, one by one.
One by one. Sam Lavin's coming up next.
All right. We will be back after this commercial break.
The Block Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors, Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success and building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. You trained them to ball, to hustle, to grind. Now protect their future and your peace of mind. Retirement, life insurance, risk on luck. Doug Mercado with Northwestern Mutual. Protecting what's important, growing for tomorrow. Call Doug. Your game plan starts today. And finally, C.M. Russell Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, we are back, and I am joined now by the pitcher, one of them, Sam Lavin. Welcome. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Did I say that right? Lavin?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Always get a little nervous there. Don't forget, folks, it is that time of the year again. Community votes Great Falls. The fan shows listed twice, Best Live Entertainment and Entertainment under Sports Recreation, as well as the Voyagers. I believe you can vote for both. So, hey, go give them a vote. It's a great time of the year. It's a great thing to be recognized for. But so you're a member of the Voyagers. What's your favorite thing about being a member of the Great Falls Voyagers?
Oh, I would have to say, obviously, the guys that I'm with every day. It's a long season. We're out here for a little over 4 months, and we're with each other every single day. And, I'm blessed to be with, obviously, great manager, great coaching staff, and then just a bunch of great guys, to hang out with every day.
Yeah, your manager did a pretty good spot here. Tough act to follow, but like I said, I have the confidence in you guys to come up here and speak your truth, so to speak. But the weather, we talked about it from his perspective as a player. I mean, do you echo that sentiment as far as what he talked about being fresh, especially pitcher? That's a lot.
Yeah, 100%. It's just a game of adjustments. And, when you get thrown, you're always going to get thrown different things. And, weather's one of them. You just it's one of those things you got to work around. Like I'll give you an example, today I throw on Thursday. So today's normally my bullpen day. Crappy weather, got to move it to tomorrow, but we'll just, we'll work around it. We'll make it work and get myself prepared for Thursday. So
what kind of workouts do you do when it's raining, when you can't physically go out and throw?
Yeah, just stay inside. Like we got like plyo balls, so we'll just throw them against a wall or something, or get a good lift in, do all my like movement prep stuff. But yeah, you're still able to get a good amount done because we got enough. The facilities at the field are pretty good, so we got enough space and stuff in the weight room and in the hallway to do what we got to do. So
you lift, bro?
Yeah. Only sometimes. Yeah.
Only sometimes. I never know with pitchers if it's a strength or if it's a reflex thing. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for, but it just seems like, there are very few just like completely yoked pitchers, in history. But a lot of the guys, they're kind of, it seems like they've got the reflex muscles to really get out there and sling it. Like what was your approach to pitching? Like, how do you fine tune yourself?
Biggest thing for me, how's my body feeling? Listen to my body. So every day, I don't have like a super rigid, like routine throwing program. It's just listening to my body every day, seeing how it feels. And then we go from there. But yeah, a lot of just stay like, in catch play every day, just feeling things out. I'd say that's the biggest way I would like to fine tune, between weeks. Just take it day by day. That's the biggest thing because, you're throwing once a week. So if you don't take care of your business, in between each start, can't expect the start to go well. So,
Which brings me to superstition. How superstitious are you?
I would say I'm a little stitious. Similar to you.
I respect.
I'm a little
yes,
stitious.
I like it. I like it.
I got my things. I wear. I pitch in tights every game. So like leggings, no matter the weather, if it's 35 degrees, 95 degrees, gotta have them on. And just certain things like that. I'll pick some certain things up too, like eating at certain places before games, or maybe avoiding certain places before games. But yeah, I would say I'm a little stitious.
Yeah, so for me, when I was a drummer and we would play shows, of course, you're on a budget that's like Taco Bell, and that's really your only option, but you want to avoid that before a show. So you kind of just find stuff to snack on and then go out to the car or the van or whatever it was, and then listen to music as loud as you could. Get a little angry maybe, and then go and take the stage. And then after, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, the lead up, you had to really be forward thinking in your mind and be like, wait, if I eat this, am I going to hate myself for a 30-minute set?
100%.
So I get that for sure.
Yeah. At least for me, when I throw, day of, like I like to pitch on a light stomach. So like I'll eat our games are at either 6:30 or 7 Thursday nights, and I'll eat a relatively, decent lunch, 12 or 1.
Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of snack leading up to it and then just crush a dinner after the game. But like I can't eat a traditional like dinner at like 4:30 or else I will feel terrible out there. So
see that. What's your favorite meal to just crush after a game?
Ooh, I would say I like when we get teriyaki madness catered. That's good. I like that. Sometimes we get some wings. That's good too. Just give me any calories and I'll take them down after a start. I'm not really too picky.
Okay, that's fair. I think the Chinese food one's pretty good. Wings are always good. I'm a big like pasta guy. Like if I'm don't have anything going on the next day, and I know even with some of my dietary restrictions, the pasta's gonna mess with me. I'm just like, I don't care. Like I got nothing to do tomorrow, so we're just gonna take down a plate of spaghetti or lasagna. I mean, that's my go-to. So you like Chinese food or the wings, which is good. What's the end all be all wing sauce flavor for you?
Oh,
I know this is a good one, right?
Yeah, I like hot wings. So any sort of like spicy, either spicy barbecue or sometimes I'll just go traditional buffalo, something like that. Like I know over at Buffalo Wild Wings, like Asian Zing is my go-to. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, something like that.
No mango habanero.
No, that gets to a point where it's like that's my line right there is mango habanero. So not too hot, but definitely a little something behind it. So
I love that we just went through where your line is for wing sauce and like what counts as spicy and what is okay. Nope, that's my cutoff right there. Did you agree with Coach's choice for who could babysit his kids?
I do, yeah. I feel like I would do an okay job, and I definitely agree with the guys that he selected. I think they were good choices. Maybe there might be a couple more in there, but yeah.
Who would you not let date your sister?
Oh, not. I would also have to go with CJ. Definitely would not be
CJ
be allowed to be with my sister.
Wow.
I think that might. Off the top of my head, that's it. But
you got a whole roster.
Yeah.
CJ's name has come up twice now for the same question.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Where do you hail from originally?
From Algonquin, Illinois, so like an hour northwest of Chicago.
Oh, okay.
So
you speak Coach's language, like literally, like
yeah. Oh yeah.
Everything.
Root for the same teams, yeah, kind of from the same ish area. So
okay. What player got you into baseball?
Ooh. I would say growing up, it was awesome in high school. I think it was my freshman year in high school when the Cubs won the World Series. So watching Anthony Rizzo, Chris Bryant, bring a championship to the Chicago was pretty awesome. So I'd say those two.
I feel like I was put in a very fortunate situation growing up in Washington because, I mean, even people from outside that era, and it's a similar thing for Michael Jordan in basketball. I mean, I was a Sonics fan, but had mad respect for Michael Jordan because if anybody's going to beat up your team, I mean, if it's MJ, like, oh, okay, you don't want to give anybody a pass for beating your team, but if you have to, it's like if it's the greatest of all time, okay. So for me, the player that got me into baseball was Ken Griffey Jr. And it's like, that was a name for a whole generation. Didn't matter where you were from or what team you rooted for. Like that name is like top 3 of a list of a whole generation of young ball players. So for you, who did you aspire to be? Like what's your pitching style sort of styled after?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm really trying to style myself after someone. I like to take pride in, being a little unique.
Good answer.
My own.
Good answer.
Pitcher. But I would say like my favorite pitcher right now to watch and kind of like, take things from would for sure be Dylan Cease. He's over in Toronto.
Okay.
He was on the south side of Chicago for a handful of years. It was in the Cubs system before that. He's super cool, electric to watch. So that's a guy who I really like watching right now.
Chicago is one of the cities that has 2, baseball teams, but that's it. Because New York has 2 of like every team. LA has 2 of every team. Miami the Florida area has like 2 of every team. But how do you choose between the Sox and the Cubs? Is there a right answer, depending on where you grew up?
Yeah, it's kind of, for me, my experience, it's really household dependent. Like it's not even like regional, because your neighbors will be Sox fans, but you'll be Cubs fans. So it's like it's pretty household dependent. Even in my house, my dad and I lean more Cubs, and my brother and my mom are more White Sox. Like it's just I don't know. It's just the way it kind of happens. Yeah.
Top 3 baseball stadiums.
Oh, I'll go Wrigley 1. I haven't seen a game there, but I've been in the stadium. I'll say Fenway 2, and then we went to Oakland last year at the end of the season, and we were able to walk around Oracle. That one looks is that what it's called? The Giants. What's the Giants place called?
Oh no, that's Petco.
That's San Diego, right? Oracle is the Giants. That one looks unbelievable. So I'll put that one at 3.
Gotcha. Yeah, that one, right? They have guys in kayaks catching home runs.
Oh, yeah.
That's ridiculous to me. I love that. But yeah, okay, solid top 3. Well, let's see here. How much hitting do you do?
None. So none in this league, but in a past life, all through college, I actually hit as well as I pitched. But kind of like Skip said, I've always been, pitching first, pitching, number 1. So once I got out here, it was really nice to be able to just, focus on that. And this was my first off season also just as a pitcher. And it was really refreshing just to be able to every day focus on, what I got to do for my throwing and not spend, an hour and a half trying to fix my swing every day.
Well, good. Then this is a question specifically for you that I was hoping I would get to ask. But when it comes to hitting and pitching, which is harder to get perfect, I guess, the step up to the plate and the stance or the set, and like which, because I know you guys are particular about both those things.
I would say probably getting up to the plate, because there's like a comfort thing to that, I would say. So like, you could be hitting and have all the confidence in the world, but like, at least in my experience, if that dude's up there throwing like gas, like, 95 plus, you can get in there, the same way, but it's just not going to feel the same. Whereas like pitching, you have the ball, you're in control. So I always feel a little more comfortable, coming set and getting ready to go on the mound.
Did you have different songs for walking up to the plate and walking out to the mound?
I did, yeah.
What were they?
So I always try to take a different vibe. So
I love that.
My hitting would be like more relaxed. So I think my last year of hitting, which was last spring, I did "Could You Be Loved," Bob Marley, and then my pitching like this year is "Running with the Devil," Van Halen. So just try to get a little,
Two very different vibes. There's like a girl music vibe up here. Like it's an epidemic with some of the athletes, the guys that are in wrestling and football. They're like, yeah, I'm really feeling golden right now. Something by Taylor Swift or Charlie XC or whatever. And it's just like, do you guys even know about like other music? Like I'm not understanding what's going on here. So for you to say running with the Devil Van Halen is good. So is that still currently your walkout? Do you guys get walkout songs?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was making sure. I was like, because I know I hear it going up to the plate. Is there somebody who has a walk-up song that you were like, damn, I could have with that one.
Ooh.
I didn't think of that one.
I don't know. Trey's got a pretty good one for hitting. I would say Tommy Speck's also. I've played with him these last 2 years. He's picked two good ones. I don't know. I think that's off the top of my head. Those are the two that come to mind as far as that's pretty good. But
okay, all right. Last couple for you here. What was the first jersey you had?
I think it was definitely a Cubs jersey. It definitely would have been like, I don't remember exactly. It might have been. I want to say it was an Alfonso Soriano Cubs jersey. If you remember,
Okay.
if you remember that name, yeah,
That's a deep cut right there. Favorite baseball movie?
I'd have to go Major League.
There
I'd
we
have to go
go.
Major League.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Not off the top of my head, but I remember like a week ago we were getting hot and we won our third game in a row, and we ran out of the dugout to go celebrate, and I said, what does he say? Like, that's 3 in a row. That's a winning streak. It has been done before.
That is one of my all-time favorite quotes from that movie. We win 2 more. That's a winning streak. All right. Well, thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate your time. And we're going to go to commercial break and bring up Trey Cruz after this.
The Block Coaches Show is made possible by our proud sponsors, Russell Country Federal Credit Union, where they believe in helping you and your children achieve financial success and building a better community. They want to be your financial home, so stop in their Great Falls or Fairfield office and get started on your new account today. You trained them to ball, to hustle, to grind. Now protect their future and your peace of mind. Retirement, life insurance, risk on luck. Doug Mercado with Northwestern Mutual. Protecting what's important, growing for tomorrow. Call Doug. Your game plan starts today. And finally, CM Russell Hall of Famer Linda Morin, Rustler Pride.
All right, we are back to round out our Voyagers edition of the Coaches Show. I've got Trey Cruz. Welcome, sir.
What's going on? How are you?
Hey, good to see you, man. So you are shortstop and outfield. Do you have a preference?
The easy answer is outfield, but obviously I prefer to be at shortstop. I'm very vocal. I like to be involved, and I just have the most fun just being around our pitchers, especially just being able to support them.
Are you a home run stealer?
Oh, no, definitely not. I am not one with gravity for sure. It's pulling me down heavy.
It's pulling you down heavy. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take it from the top then. What player got you into baseball?
This is hard. Like, you think of good guys like Cargo, you got Corey Seager, but if I'm going to be completely honest, watching Dansby Swanson play for Vanderbilt, that right there, that was it.
Wow.
Something I think that made me follow. That was the first player I ever really wanted to follow in when he was in the farm system, and that his game, the way he played defense was, I couldn't believe it wasn't butter, honestly.
So when you say that, couldn't believe the way he played defense, like what stands out to you when you're watching another player play your position?
Just walking with confidence and regardless of a mistake, just knows it's going to happen and just wants the ball next. Yeah, he was electric. He made diving plays left and right, and the gun. He had an absolute missile for an arm.
I like it. All right. Well, where you hail from originally?
New York. I live in Rockland County, New York, 20 minutes outside New York City.
Wow. Okay. So Montana a little different.
Completely. Sure.
What did you know about Montana before you got here?
Absolutely nothing. That people would probably die when they drive in the middle of nowhere here.
Well, yeah. It's when I worked for the news station, it was one of the most sobering things that would happen every day. We're on a distro list for just about everything considered news. And one of those things is the highway fatalities list from the previous day.
Wow.
So we would get an email every day about who died in the car accident the day before. And sometimes the list was short, just one name, and sometimes it was not so short, but we still got one every single day. And it's just like, it really makes you kind of stop and think about, the world, your place in it, driving around. But you're here now. What's been your favorite thing about Montana, Big Sky Country?
I'd be lying if I didn't say it was my teammates and the team in general. But I think it's beautiful. It's really nice waking up outside and looking around, and you can kind of collect your thoughts and feel human. When you're in New York and you're in these big cities, sometimes you just kind of feel like a number, and you don't really feel like you sometimes cared about, or you're just alone out there. And here you have your support system. You can go outside, collect your thoughts, and stay focused on what you want to do.
I knew a football player that grew up in Boston, and every bye week they would go back home because he needed that fast-paced lifestyle. You understand what he means by that, coming from New York?
100%. Everything is pretty awesome here, but the dilly-dallying, I am ready to go. I do things, I order things fast. I'm used to getting everything fast. Everyone's kind of on that move. Not really one with the dilly-dally.
Dilly-dally, and that might be the quote of the series right here for the Summer Coaches Show by Trey Cruz. Thank you for that one. So are you Team Mets or Team Yankees, and how do you establish that as a New Yorker?
All right. My family's from the Bronx, so we're all the way Yankees. Grew up, I will be honest, I love Delgado and Beltran when they were with the Mets, but I really hate the Metropolitans. I hate Steve Cohen, too. I don't like him. It's horrible, and I think the Mets are horrible.
So your top three most hated teams are?
In Major League?
Yes.
All sports in general? All right, it's definitely the Mets, Astros, and the Dodgers. Yeah, just buying their way to chips and stuff. Not cool, man.
Wow, I thought you were going to drop the Red Sox there for a second.
No,
Boston.
it's just if they were that serious and they were that good, maybe I'd care about them.
You are a true New Yorker. Congratulations, sir. That's awesome. So, superstition level, 1 to 10, where are you at?
It's changed a lot. I think growing up, that's playing the game is super duper superstitious, but I kind of want to just trust in my ability and just understand that things are going to happen the way they're going to happen, regardless of what I do, what I wear. I just want to trust in my ability, and I'm kind of letting God take its course. That's what I really want to do every day.
So it sounds like you kind of, peeled back the layers of superstition. What was the first thing to go that you can remember that you stopped caring about superstition-wise?
It's so hard, but
I have a love-hate with my socks. I can't seem to figure out if they're a thing or they're not a thing.
I guess. I don't want to say I can't say I'm not superstitious. I do everything the same every day. It's so hard. Like I do everything the same, but I guess energy drinks. Like I used to just kind of dibble and dabble, and now I kind of stick with the same one. But I kind of flip around the flavors now. I kind of try them all out. I guess that's like me being open to it.
So what's your poison? Because there's like brand loyalty with energy drinks now.
Yeah, I'd like to say I'm a little baby. If I'm being honest, Skip is a caffeine freak. You take all the caffeine I've ever seen. Yeah, this guy likes all the brands. You name it. I'm waiting for him to come in with a bottle shaped like a nuclear bomb. But I'm a rain guy. I like orange creamsicle. That's my stuff.
That is the correct answer.
That's the one, not the two, right there.
Yeah. Anything blue like raspberry, that's a good go-to. Sometimes sour apple, but it really depends. Not all sour apples are created equal in the world of energy drinks. But I'm a watermelon Red Bull guy for sure. Their new winter berry though, that's been the vanilla berry. We go.
That's my on my way to the field drink actually.
There you go.
That vanilla berry right there. Yeah, that's when I'm going to the field. I'm drinking that, and then right before game time, I'm mixing in the rain.
So have you ever had aspirations to be a pitcher? That seems to be the quarterback of the baseball team. So
I'm going to be honest, no. I know that might come as a surprise because someone would say I love attention, but I do not fiend for it that bad. Pitching is too hard. It is a chess match. I have the utmost respect for my teammates who pitch. You are on an island out there sometimes, and Sometimes you guys really handle business on your own. Sometimes you have us to help you. But regardless, it is a tough mental game that they play, and I have a lot of respect for them.
So, are you a fan of Sam's uniform combo choice that Coach was talking about?
One thing you'll know about me is I'm bought in on Sam Lavin Monday through Sunday. Actually, twice on Sunday. Whatever he want to do, I'm there behind him. Trust me on that.
I love it. If you had the privilege of creating a uniform combo, do you have a pick for your guys' threads?
Anything that, honestly, I'd wear anything, just no green jersey and pinstripes every day. I feel like a Yankee with pinstripes on my legs.
All right, you guys need pinstripes, apparently. But,
I love our pinstripes. I love them.
You would. You are a Yankee fan through and through. Coach seems to trust you guys enough, though. He picked both of you to babysit his kids. Is that a vote of confidence in your mind, or is it expected?
Yeah. Well, kind of expected. Look, I'm always cracking jokes, and I'm always down to have some fun, but when it's time to handle business, I think Skip knows it's there's a switch I got for it for sure.
Okay. What's your favorite baseball movie?
Oh, The Sandlot's easy.
Yes.
Talking Major League, but I've real life experienced the Chaw scene when they whipped out the tobacco. I've experienced that, and I relate a little too hard to that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time. So, yeah, this makes you run faster. No.
Yeah, that scene is hilarious. He's like, and we all did the stupidest thing we've ever done.
Yeah, man. It's all the pros do it.
And I will. This is I don't know if this is a hill I'll die on or whatever the terminology is for it, but I understand we're progressing as a society and as a world, but I don't care how progressive it gets. That you play ball like a girl is one of the ironclad insults of all time.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever get old because just his delivery of that line and then the reaction to it, I think it's one of the all-time great scenes in baseball movie history. So nothing against the ladies, but that line right there, that gets me every single time. So,
Same.
Who's not allowed to date your sister? Speaking of the ladies.
I might have a list here. All right, number one, we're going to go CJ. That's just
all right. 3 strikes, you're out, CJ. I'm sorry, man. You're catching strays. I didn't mean for it to happen.
Jordan Hamburg. I wouldn't be able to do it. Sorry. You try to talk to him, and he's just talking to you like this. Hello. How are you? I'm doing okay. You thought someone would have kicked his dog or something. No, he's having a normal day. Yeah, I think I'll keep it there. I was going to say my buddy Vincent, but he's really handsome, so I'll let it slide.
You got to keep those good genes in the family.
For real. Yeah, no, those blue eyes are crazy.
This is like the greatest part of the show right here. It's just letting Trey riff right now. Who is your ride or die on the team?
My ride or die?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so hard. There's so many. Orbit? No, I'm playing. Oh man, I'm gonna have to give it to these two people. Even. I give Swenda a lot of crap each and every day, probably every minute I'm around him. But Swenda and Tommy Speck for sure. Those are two dudes that every day in the off season I gotta check in, or they checked in on me. And yeah, those are two good buddies that I've been blessed to make, and even Sam as well. Over the course of this year alone, we have developed a great friendship, and our bond has, I guess, jumped ample time. So it's been amazing. It's been amazing with these dudes.
All right, so you guys have the game on the 4th. There's fireworks after. 4th of July is a pretty big deal holiday. Opening day or any other holiday, put it up against the whole table there. Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. Where does opening day stand? Let's see how real baseball you are right now.
Opening day? I'm going to be honest. I'm not really one for opening day. I'm rolling for first day of playoffs. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get out there. You know what I mean? Opening day is just it's another day that we get to rack under our belt that we're blessed to play, because there's people that get turned. The game says no to you at some point, and yes, I'm fortunate enough to keep playing this game. But I think I'm not here to come out game 1 like a gangbuster. I'm here to be the best team. We're here to be the best team on game 90. That's what we're here to do.
Well, with that being said, then how far do you want to take baseball? You're obviously here for a reason, and are you looking to go up the ladder as far as you can?
till the game says no, I would like to say that, but I'm realistic. But till the wheels fall off, so this game can say no probably because I love this. I'm so grateful for the people I've got to meet, all walks of life I've got to be around, all around the country, and people from all like walks of life. It's been amazing just meeting all the amazing people and having people like Skip who believe in me and support us each and every day here. So that's something I'm very grateful for, and that the game has given me.
What does life after baseball look like for you then?
I'm not gonna lie, that involves hanging cleats and stuff, and I haven't got that far yet.
We just got dark here on the show. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get that dramatic on you.
I think I'd like to teach, though. I enjoy definitely younger, definitely maybe not high schoolers, maybe middle schoolers. They're rough, but I'd like to teach. I enjoy being in that setting. I feel like I can connect with and just maybe be a good example as well. That's something I'd like to be, is a good example for younger people. I feel like we're losing our way.
What's your subject?
History.
There you go.
On
I
a
like
book.
it. Okay. And then you can coach baseball after school.
Maybe. I don't know. It takes one bad look and you're running.
I remember growing up, I had a friend who, he was a phenomenal drummer. He's a great musician today, but at the time, like drums, like you couldn't put anybody up against him. He'd come out on top every time. And he would get hit up for lessons constantly. And I said, why don't you do it? He's like, I don't have the patience for lessons. And I was like, wow, that's like some real truth. That's a dose of honesty I wasn't expecting from you, but I totally get it. So you're thinking you maybe don't have the patience to coach.
Maybe not like the game. Maybe lessons of one-on-ones. Like I think I can hold a crowd of 1 or 2 people. I don't think I could do 9 to 20, even more than that. I'm gone. Oh yeah, no, I'm not one to scream unless I'm cracking a joke. So yeah.
What's your walkout song?
It's Gata Only by Floyd Menor, and it's Spanish. I happen to be one of those Puerto Rican dudes from New York that don't speak it really well. So yeah, it's really smooth though. I like it. It's all about the walk up, man. If I don't feel like I kind of like to walk up with a little bit of like my chain hurts or something. Like my chain's heavy. I don't know.
Here's a happy medium for you that I just thought of. You should walk up to Smooth by Rob Thomas featuring Santana. I think that could be your vibe.
Do you know what I was thinking? You know The Promise by When in Rome?
Yeah.
That's something I like to walk out to. That's smooth, man. That's a good one right there.
Oh, well, plans for your time here in Montana? Like, do you have a Montana bucket list since you're so far away in New York?
I guess Montana bucket list. I think I've done about everything I'd like to do. No, definitely something on that bucket list is not see one snake for sure. I don't want to see any crazy looking animals. But I do have family coming out, and I would like to take them around Great Falls. They were like, "Oh, we want to come see you when you guys are over there." I said, "No, I want you guys to come to Great Falls. I love this place and the people here." So that was probably the biggest thing, is show my family this place.
Get them here, show them around, and then take them immediately to like Missoula or Glacier, where there's the postcard cities. You know, that's what I call them. Because when I got here, I was like, this is not what I saw on the postcards at the gas station. This is very different. But it has its charm, and I think you guys appreciate that.
It's the blue collar.
Yeah,
I'm a blue collar guy. I like elbow grease. I like hard work,
All right. Last question, and this is a big one for baseball players. I got to know, what is the greatest flavor of sunflower seed of all time? What are you packing?
All right. I'm a gum guy. I'm going to get there now. I'm a gum guy.
And you fail immediately. Wow.
Well, you gotta gum is my anxiety release on the field. If you see me
that's
chewing
fair.
like a cow, I'm probably anxious. But if I'm going to pick a seed, hard between these 3 right here: Buffalo Style Ranch, cracked pepper, and the taco. But I'm going to have to go the taco. I tried that for the first time 2 years ago.
The Taco Bell taco?
And that swept me off my feet.
Wow. Yeah, that's what a lot of the guys from the high school teams were talking about. Apparently, there's a sweep of the Taco Bell flavor.
Yeah.
I'm a dill pickle or a sizzling bacon guy. Sorry. Not sorry. Some of the girls on the softball teams were talking about how they just get the bags and dump them in a bucket, and it's just like roulette.
Texas they are really weird out there. They put sour Skittles in their seeds, and it's just kind of like a trail mix almost. Disgusting. It's dill pickle and sour Skittles. That's what they do.
Wow. Yeah, that
Disgusting.
is kind of gross because one, you have to strip the seed. You can't strip the shell of the Skittle. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but okay, I'll take it.
I ran for the hills. Ugh.
All right, top 3 most hated sports teams, not just baseball. I feel like you were ready for that, and then I turned it on you and said no, baseball only. So
All right, I'll be honest here. I'm gonna go 2017 Astros right there. 2017. Never gonna let that go. Stolen MVP from Judge. Thank you. I wish you would ask for favorites, man. I'm not. I hate using the word hate.
fine, favorite.
All right, we're gonna go favorite teams. Period. We're gonna throw the Phillies out there. Shout out my Phils. Shout out Schwarber. Shout out Harper. Trey Turner too. That's the boy. We're gonna go Miami Marlins pre Derek Jeter. Pre Derek Jeter. Before he touched that organization, it was pretty wonderful.
Okay.
And now we're not gonna say the Yankee. That's pretty basic, but
What about Jets or Giants? What
Eagles.
side?
Let's go. Fly birds fly. Go
Oh.
birds.
That was a left turn there. Okay.
You know what it is being from New York and the Giants? Like, it's a joke. It is a joke. My mom's a diehard Jets fan. It's embarrassing. I don't even know how she stood after Mark Sanchez. It was so sad. My mom breaks my heart each and every year, dying hard about these Jets. Like, come on, guys. I can run a better team with high school footballers, I bet.
All right. Well, we love the Voyagers. We love our moms, and we've had a great time with you guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Cruz. And next week, CM Russell football to promote their camp coming up. So same time, same place. Thank you very much. Check out the Voyagers. They're here all week long. We'll see you at the Hootenanny, the parade, and all the fun things in Great Falls. So until then, take care and have a great